they gave her my money that they were supposed to give me to get an Apple laptop so they can renew my life force with the second S corporation idea that's called the Deity Group, where they renew my life force with my points lined up above me for me and my baby girl to not die the way that other people's have after they made me do arm dances, which is what makes me lose my life force in the first place, and I already had 7G brain scan code cancer from them pulling the 7G rays down from way the fuck up there. Way up there. Like way up there. I literally have big white scalp spots on my fucking head from the electricity and the whatever rays coming in out of my head. And like, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because I reached out to everybody, Interpol, CIA, everybody. But Interpol is the saddest one because I did not know about the child abuse setups yet. I mean, of all things to set me up for, my UE member said they sent me my good dream, my good mom dream book Facebook account through my eyes to keep it separate from whatever they were doing over here. Because I didn't understand. I mean, I get it now, kind of, but not really. To keep it separate from over here, from over them, those guys over there doing whatever they were doing, the bad stuff, playing stupid Game of Thrones or whatever, and whatever that they did. So that the UE people up here, the Echelon people, would like Tiffany still at the end of it. Well, somehow or another, it got all mixed in with them and la la la. And so they use all my good Christian friends that don't do drugs and their kids and whatever else over here in Vancouver, Washington, with a Rachel on it, to stand up for them and act like it's their people or whatever, and like they're the ones that got the permissions and la la la. And then leave because Tiffany's too embarrassing after they made me look like a piece of shit, an embarrassing person down here because they wanted to take my permission slips and use them up here, and they never wanted Tiffany to come in here and see what they did against Tiffany in real life and how fucked up it was. And how fucked up it was that the Clorinda blue suede shoes and Ed, the two see-through people from Arizona that came in and looked at me at Mandy's house like this. Like, whoa, what did they do to this girl? That's depressing. Hopefully she knows what happened. Right. They didn't know what happened. They never told me. But yet, none of these people, it's just funny. It's pointless. It's kind of just pointless to talk about it. But anyway, yeah, Sleeping Bear was the one that said to me, S Corporation. And I was like, stocks and bonds. Before I even knew what the fuck it was. While they're sitting over here expressing interest in too many accounts with the Cincinnati Circus, Cincinnati Circle, and Cincinnati Circuit. Because they had given me a syndicate. Literally, I have not the answers in which you see, gave me a syndicate because he kept asking me if AK was something, like a tattletale or something. And I didn't know for sure. I just saw a paper that said alternate community service. And I was irritated. I was like, I have not the answers in which you seek because I didn't want to be friends with somebody who was a rat or a narc or a fucking paid informant or whatever the fuck he wasn't. So he gave me a syndicate for that. But they controlled it in here. And I'm not really sure what happened to it after that or why they fucked me over, but the first thing they started doing was calling me a rat tail. Tiffany's a rat tail. Tiffany's a rat tail. So I started off my syndicate, Criminal Mafia, with I am not the rodent to be hunted. I didn't see anything. I didn't throw anything away. And snitching on a snitch is still snitch. And then there was the fuck you to the FBI in Portland for letting them do that, which was the arm shrapnel pictures. They have the word NIGGA on it because there was a black guy in me writing it. I'm not sure who it was, but anyway, calling him a narc, ass, whatever, and how Sarah stole my identity. And it's just, it all lines up in here, how it all worked out. Because she did. She stole my identity in here, back when she was Twan's girlfriend. And like, it just evolved into different fucking things anyways. But those two pictures right there, the arm shrapnel picture and the other one, like that's what started Criminal Mafia as a fuck you to the FBI, and I'm tight as a syndicate owner. But I still didn't control the syndicate at all. And then they gave me the name Empress because they ruined my nickname for T-Bunny in here being slut bunny shit. And so I thought it was a syndicate too, kinda. And because I still didn't really know what a syndicate was yet. And well, I ended up punking out LaShawn's dad. He fell down into a wheelchair, into my, like, he was talking out of my mouth. He's like, oh my God, there's multiple orgasms. I fell down. You just punked me out in front of my syndicate for your Empress division to not be porn. And yeah, well, for some reason they still use that Empress division for a lot of shit. last year. They embezzle money through my eyes, literally, where you can't even tell that they're doing it. And then later on, people come and tell me that they're seeing me staring and I'm hurting somebody or I'm doing something. And someone, that's not me doing it, that's them. They tell me embezzlement specialists to look in the mirror after they embezzle money, and I literally see 4 stacked God's helmets. I'm like, huh, okay, you guys are real smart. Stupid. Dumb. But anyways, it's just stupid. It's just funny. It's not funny. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Because Cheryl was my FBI agent in Arizona, the one who could never say shit because I'm in Washington State, and she knew whatever they did in Oregon was illegal. Not just illegal to do it in Oregon from Arizona or wherever they weren't doing it from, but to pull me from Washington over there after I got off drugs to get the fuck away from them and this game, and was doing great. Staying off drugs, whoop-de-whoop. Which, by the way, I was stuck there for like a week, and I'm all, here's Sarah for your porn shit. And then I went across the bridge, and I was still clean and sober for who knows how long. Still, until they made me talk to AK again. Because I thought I was going to prison for a SWAT team murder. Because Callahan came down the pipeline saying, you're going to have to turn yourself in. I'm all, huh? For what? And the next thing you know, they're all talking about the jails and freaking which ones want to pay the most. And they're talking about Rikers. Rikers was not paying the most. Folsom County was going to pay the most to have me in the hole for 30 years. And I'm all, what the fuck, dude? Like, it was so fucking scary. I can't even tell you. And so I had to go to Arizona to get rid of that one or something. Anyways, this is funny. Not funny. It's stupid. It's real stupid. And then Callahan freaking ruins the freaking song, Unforgiven. And it came out on a timeline, right? With like some molesty shit on it, which was a case up here. And like everybody hated him because when we would play the song, it would pop up, right? And so we all band together up here in the sky. We were going to shoot his fucking house out, right? And anyway, at first it was going to be a rifle, then it was going to be a pellet gun, and then we decided a paintball gun. So I started looking at paintball guns online. There's like this automatic paintball gun, and I'm like copying it into this world or whatever. And everybody's in on it. I mean, everybody was in on it. And I didn't actually have a paintball gun in my hand, but somebody was driving my train to act like I did and shoot his house or whatever. It was super tight. It was just like this awesome victory against the cop Callahan or Haggerty or whatever. And then I guess there was this big SWAT situation where they went to go pick up these automatic weapons painted like purple ammo. They didn't know that they were paintball guns. There might have been actual automatic weapons with it from the stupid arm shrapnel picture. I'm not sure. But anyway, the point is, the next day I found out that it was Heat ISIM codes. They put that out there on that song. I don't know if that's because they got killed or what it is exactly. But anyways, I realized it wasn't Callahan's fault. He didn't do that on purpose. So then I stuck up for Callahan. So, by the way, love ya, Callie. Baby in Portland. Love you, orange dude. Love you, orange. Callahan's wife was pretty tight. She was here last summer. And she was like sticking up for Tiffany, and they're doing like these investigation things through my fucking brainstem or whatever these were. And she was like a gangster bitch kind of. And she's like sticking up for Tiffany. And then all of a sudden she wasn't sticking up for Tiffany anymore because she thought Tiffany was Tanika. And I was like, what? What might make you think I'm Tanika? It's so weird. There's another Black Panther. Anyway, it was just funny because I had never been in trouble. And she was somebody's syndicate, I think. I'm not really sure what happened, but anyway. I'll sit here and like high stake Bex these people because they want to talk about ownership of this S corporation idea or whatever this is, the dating group and stuff. And I'm like, high stakes bets. You're up at the God's table, right? You have a cabinet, you have a house, you have a Senate. I bet your Senate that you won't come sit in my body and call you on the phone and let me ask you any question about my S corporation with you in here and how we can meet up on the ground for scotch. And so you can take me to go buy our foreign cars. Whatever they aren't. Not really sure if it's Maserati or Tesla or whatever. I know mine's Lambo, but I mean, like, it's totally a thing. It's supposed to be. But I think they might have already switched it up and made it about somebody different. when I'm the one that sacrificed everything, and I'm the one sitting down here with nothing, and I'm the one that didn't get fucking paid. Everybody else got money, but not me. And I've never been in trouble. And they're like, oh, well, we just had to do it that way because you're in Washington. I was like, motherfucker, I was just in Oregon, clean and sober that whole time, waiting for you guys to give me my $7 million settlement statement for Homeland Security on the ground. Get it started. But you didn't. The bitch made shit, man. This bitch made, dude, is so fucked up. The whole first year, I couldn't talk to my daughter on Facebook because they blocked her. And I knew they blocked her. And I didn't really take it personal or whatever. But what had happened was while they were doing porn in here, they're getting CPS cases in here. And they're blaming Tiffany on the ground. So to get Tiffany back, they start talking on her fucking Facebook, and to her daughter, hey, that was a Black Hills Gold. Was that Harley Davidson bird on that ring? Maybe. They start freaking talking shit on Snapchat. And there's this video up here with Vigilante and me. We're talking about the dragons or whatever. And they're up here fighting for me. He's like, we're all here fighting for her, but not all at the same time. Evil's killing me. Stop killing me, bitch, or whatever. And like, that was people back then fighting for Tiffany. Meanwhile, Soraya's getting messages on her Snapchat about what the fuck was going on in here. With them using my body or my face for whatever, porn or whatever. Pinging off kids. Talking shit about her mom being a slut and a bunch of other shit. When I wasn't even the fucking one in here doing it. They were. I got a CPS call 2 summers ago with the UE in my body scared to death too. Because of whatever happened up here. My daughter didn't get murdered. She was at her fucking dad's house. But they made it look like she did by my homeboy. Who was black. To roll it over onto a different girl. Instead of it being his girlfriend's daughter. Or whatever. And it's just messed up. I was just messed up because the UE people never told me that that's what they were doing. They never told me that is what they said. All I know is that they were like, you better steal your mom's car so you can go check on your daughter, make sure her forward brain don't think nothing because these people were in your skins up here doing it. Or using your number or your name or whatever to set this guy up or whatever it wasn't. So I did. I told Sal that the Echelon people told me somebody M-worded my daughter in the UE up here. And he about slapped me. He's like, don't listen to the fucking voice. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you know? But he took it personal. Like, I thought he might have done something. But that's not what I meant at all. Because I'm one with these people up here. So, like, I knew they knew what I was talking about. But he didn't. And then, you know, a year later, they're telling me the reason why they didn't give me my money at Christmas time is because I ended up sleeping with the guy who hurt my kid. And I'm like, what? He didn't hurt my kid? And it's just this huge fucking thing. And it's just so fucked up because they can't never fucking hurt my daughter. My daughter's never been hurt. And neither were Katrina's kids. And then next thing you know, they're setting up my son, saying he hurt his sister, trying to get me back because they punished them in here for a lot of stupid ass shit, talking shit and whatever, but it wasn't me talking shit to them in here. I'm the one that was on the ground saying nobody hurt my kid. The UE people up here disowned Tiffany because they believed it. They thought he really did hurt her daughter. And they're like, how is she going to sit here and fucking stick up for this motherfucker, not her daughter? Is what they're thinking. But I didn't know that because they weren't telling me that. I was just fucked up. Because everybody has a certain way of believing things, and it's like, but it's not true. And then up here, last year, there was somebody up here, or 2 people up here that had a daughter up here that they had adopted or whatever, that had supposedly gotten M-worded by somebody that I'm friends with. And were getting TANF, and they said it was Soraya, supposedly, and they're trying to get child support from Chava, who they also thought hurt Soraya in a different situation. And it's just so messed up because it's just messed up. It's just messed up, dude. I have FBI freaking brainstem cap on or something. It's called a UE one, but anyway, where you can sit in my body and you can ask me anything. And when you're with me, you can pinpoint any memory that you can think of with me. Like, when did you cut your knee? Well, I don't know what that means. But anyway, when did you fall on your bike and hurt your stomach? Right. Okay, so that's that one. That was a different one. So cut your knee is a different person. But anyway, the point is, like, they can ask me anything in my brainstems out loud or quietly, and they could tell if I'm lying. And that's a UE thing. And in here, you're not supposed to be able to lie because you're supposed to have somebody else in your head listening to you lie. So you tell the fucking truth in here where we're not at. But for some fucking reason, these people think it's okay to make up CPS cases and then act like they're telling the truth, like they saw this or they know that or whatever, when they were the ones setting them up. So where the fuck is the accountability code on their brainstem? Up there. They're in Bethlehem. I can literally, I'll look up at the fucking mirror, the wall, and if I stare at it, and it's gay because you guys couldn't see it, but looking through my eyes, you can see it. The freaking, the ceiling will move, bro. Like, it'll move. Different layers will separate. And when the UE, the upper echelon people, the spirits or whatever are here in my brainstem, my room can separate and lift and set. I can't even explain it to you. It's just crazy what can happen virtually on the ground to me. I'm illegally connected like this. Like, nobody on the planet should be connected like Tiffany. Like, it's not healthy and it's not safe. It's very dangerous to have me connected like this for a lot of reasons. It's not just dangerous for me, but it's dangerous for them up here that keep forgetting that they were supposed to come back and pick up Tiffany, not pick her up to bring up here, but pick up her number so that she can go to a FBI office or somewhere. They can promise her finally that they'll have her back behind her back and give her money and make sure she doesn't ever have to run out the back door for killing a SWAT team member again. And, help her get a trust fund for her daughter and some life insurance or whatever. And just somebody to call because these people are tormenting. They don't leave. When you leave, somebody else is here. And these people get scared of stuff too. And they blackmail each other too. And they make Tiffany feel like she's a good person down here when she is a good person, but she can't do shit about nothing what they're saying. We went all over the United States. We visited every continent. All the way across the fucking universe. We're in North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Antarctica, freaking Greenland. Like everywhere. Out there where the little lions are. Little islands are. I look really shitty. Like, I don't know, man. It's just fucked up. Like, what you do comes back to you, right? And I keep saying that to myself. And it's like, what am I going to do? Threaten them? They all pay each other to set me up and get money anyway, no matter what. And they all win. And I'm just sitting here. And it's like, what am I going to do? Call the FBI? Be like, where's my money? Well, I was supporting the FBI, not going to prison the whole time when they were playing the game illegally through me in Vancouver. The game or whatever they're not. Saying I'm a dual resident. And then I was like, okay, well, it's a Universal Bureau of Investigation. And my Universal Bureau of Investigation is way more advanced than theirs in Portland. On the ground where we're not at. Everywhere, really. It's illegal, though. Like, really illegal, pretty much. Yeah, it's super illegal. Stupid. But, the AEIONU, man. That was Tiffany's AI program. And she earned that bitmap and advertising down here. But the thing is, she earned it, but we did the work, kind of. But she earned it staying clean and sober, working with us, giving us her 5 permission slips, her lifelines, the stuff that she couldn't live in here because she's not in here. Use her ISIM codes, BrainSIM codes, whatever. And she earned 5 stars on her Sidewinder. Anyway, it's the Robotrons on the wall that Japan built to keep Tiffany Browning alive and her UE women up here is where I started the AI program, and I pretty much finished it with the drone that was born in my body as a UE member with Anunnaki, where we literally had to change my eye stems from 7 miles away to like 0.002, and like we were all getting dizzy and sick and dying and life force being lost and stuff. And so put those two together, and that's the AEIONU, which is the Center S Corporation. pretty much. With the other one being jumbled Illuminati iStem code. And it's definitely Illuminati upper echelon heaven. Because it can kill you, man. I mean, it is not the business code at all. And these people up here didn't send me iStem codes on the ground. It's just what elevated to that point and docitated or whatever it's called in here after they pulled me up to the echelon. And the people that pulled me up to the echelon did the best they could for being pissed the fuck off that these boys would have done that to me when I was not even friends with them. They did the best they could. I mean, if I was them, I would have pulled me up there too. But then I crossed the bridge. So by law, they weren't allowed to help me over here in Washington. And it's just dumb. But now my eyes have to be governed by Interpol in real life because it is in fact a global security breach when a mugshot is a DOL picture is just as scary as a mugshot. And when you can mix brainstems up here of kids and adults in different situations that can lead other influences and other people to believe certain things happened that didn't on a computer situation, it's just fucked up. And then you can put a bunch of people in your Ojin and they're all mentally connected to you with the same power source. So they all see what you see and feel what you feel. So if you get scared, they get scared. Right? So if you watch somebody stab somebody and you see this person get so scared or whatever, it's just traumatizing. But if you flip a switch, not only do you see the person get stabbed, you see who stabbed the person, and then you get stabbed inside here. It's just not fucking cool, man. It's not cool at all. I need to be using that kind of tactic for freaking multiple orgasming and shit over here in alternate universe, which nobody believes me that's the case, but it is. It's definitely the case. There's this donut hole situation where I was at my ex's house spending the night at my daughter's, laying on the floor, and I woke up and she woke up at the same time. We both sat up, and I felt like somebody was looking at my crotch pervertedly. And then I look over at my daughter, and I see the same 4-stack God's helmets, or whatever they're not. I call them AR-14 in a visor reflection. And she goes, "Go over there," right? And I can't even tell you how disturbing it is when you see your kid's eyes white like that. But anyway, her eyes were shut, but they were white, and it's just, ugh. Anyway, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, what the fuck are the embezzlement specialists doing in my daughter's head? But the UE took it as, why are they looking at my crotch pervertedly in her department? And the thing is that I was her mom, and I was sleeping next to her, meaning we had matching helmets up here. And it wasn't at all because I'd been in trouble. It's because what they did to me. And it was supposed to be to protect me and my daughter, make sure we didn't get caught up in their fucking bullshit. They ended up doing something way fucking worse because these two, mixed with my UE member, mixed with the entity program, made special permission slips and skill saws that were never meant for men. That ended up getting scanned in under men or power sourced under men that loved the idea and then rescan their bodies in and change everything, and it just started fucking shit up. Then the Illuminati comes into play. Then they're all cackling up there and shit. My dudes, my men over here were just saying yesterday we're retiring early. And that was Homeland Security. And I'm not even up there to celebrate with them or take credit for it or nothing. And this other bitch is the one who took fucking credit for everything, saying I stole her stuff or whatever the fuck they said. They went back in time, tried to get permission before me or whatever legally. And I'm just like, And you do know that I can prove you guilty every second of every day that you meet me out front, sitting in my body down here. About me not doing any of this because I was not in here. You guys were. And I didn't hurt anybody. And then my memory serves me. Plus I have all these papers and stuff here. So, I mean, it's just funny because I just want to be like, I'm going to punk you the fuck out. You know what I mean? But I'm not actually in there to do that. And these girls have tried to a second time or third time, but they just get deleted because they have my ISIM codes at the top mixed with a bunch of other people's that are elevated up here with a better connection. But the thing is, I'm gravity on the ground. They can't get to their bodies on the ground. They cannot talk out of their own mouth. They cannot look up here and say shit. They do not even know what's going on the ground at all. So like 5 people got paid on the ground and nobody knows where the money came from. Which is awesome when you're a UE member blessing someone who deserves it. But not when you've been set up and your life is ruined for life. Because they'll always be catfishing her ideas, catfishing her passwords. Every single thing she tries to do, they're going to fuck it up. Because that's how they are. She can't even get a chime card. They were able to freaking... My Uncle Jim was taking me to buy a vape pen, and they made his debit card stop working because they thought he was going to put gas in his car and take me across the bridge to get my money or something. And then Amy came down here last winter and for the presidential election after I had basically won everything with a second S Corporation ID or whatever, and they didn't do it my way, but they pretended they did kind of, with a Raider shirt on. And she's all, take a shower and come up here. I'm like, I can't. I'm not you. I'm not online one. Because the people up here are used to talking to everybody all the time, everywhere in here. But you can't talk to people on the ground, except Tiffany. So everybody else they talk to, they could come up there, because they're online 1. But Tiffany's not. She's online 0. So it's just stupid. But anyway, and then this other guy comes down here earlier, a couple days ago, and he's all, you look like that? I'm all, what the fuck do you care? Like, I just got fucking hella pissed because I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about what I look like. And the last thing I need to do is prove myself to you when I can't even go up there anyway. And I had no fucking idea why he was coming down here. And I don't know if it's just a misconception or maybe somebody in here is pretending to be me or something different. But whatever it is or isn't, it's pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up. And then I'll hear this guy over here saying, this is the Vancouver Police Department. You guys are never allowed to say Tiffany Bryan's name out loud ever again. And then, like, right underneath it, somebody's over here already talking shit to me about something different. And I'm like, didn't you just hear the Vancouver people saying no? And they're not on our lifeline or whatever. I'm all, fuck, figures. And I can't see them to, like, be like, hey, guy, thanks for sticking up for me over there on that one lifeline. You think you can fix it over here or whatever? And because I'm sitting here getting all these promises from these big guys in the sky that they're going to fucking tell the world never to disrespect Tiffany Browning again, la la la. Don't ever set her up. Don't ever speak her name. Don't ever speak her name in vain, you know? And they say they're going to do that, but they don't. And it has to do with me being on a fucking chain, and they don't want to represent the people that are on the chain. So they keep me on this fucking chain, this evil-ass chain or bad chain or whatever this is, so they can keep playing it this way, the way that they've been playing it. And just leave me here, privacy invaded, like, you know, and just to pretend that I'm crazy. Pretend that I'm crazy. But yet I can punk these motherfuckers out at any given time. All I have to do is be like, oh yeah, really? I'll just roll out some information and then have them watch it. And up here, that roll out information will come up into this world where they're at and punk them the fuck out. But I never know if they actually seen it or not because I'm not up there. Right now, there's a bunch of sparkly shit around me and like an antenna situation. 2.5 years. That's like it's like 40. It's 14,000 hours. It's been more than that now. It's like 2 more months past now. 14,000 fucking hours that I've been sitting down here waiting for the see-through people to come back and help me. 14,000 hours that I've been begging everybody to give me one name, just one name, one email address, one personal email address of one of these FBI agents that can help me solidify this legally for me to get paid for my privacy invasion and my contribution to our life thus far and keep me alive on the ground and my daughter and whoever else. Like, I'm not trying to compete with nobody. I can't be an FBI agent like you think. I can't read minds. I mean, me and London already tried to stint it in last summer, and it didn't work because of how I'm connected. The person, like, when the people up here come down to talk to Tiffany, they talk to somebody else that's on my head facing the other way. And those people usually are not close enough to me to be able to tell me what they said. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's sad. Nothing, I just hate that motherfucker. Just keep giving the people the benefit of the doubt. IC3s, 9 of them she filled out. IC9, she talked to fucking CIA, everybody, every single one asked for their support because they weren't paying Tiffany. And she wasn't really saying much about nothing about the global security breach in the ISTEM code department. Because she's not really sure how many people know about her ISTEM codes being what they are, or if they even know that Tiffany's down here with people talking out of her mouth, looking up at themselves or whatever. Because, yeah, that all-seeing eye that's on the top of the pyramid? That's my eye now. But it's supposed to have Christianity on it. Because in this fucking world, dude, there are demons, heat, ISTEM codes of these people who get killed in here if they're set up a certain way mechanically, and they do nothing but get revenge, and they can get up in an Ojin or a player, like my body or whatever, electronic body, they can all get up, and there can be like 20 of them. That's a whole lot of anger to get revenge on the people who killed them or whoever they're mad at or whatever, trying to earn their body back or however the fuck it is. But the thing is, when you get killed in here, you don't care about your body on the ground. You don't care what your job is. You don't care because you can't go to prison. You can't die. You can't go to prison. You can't get in trouble when you're a spirit. So you're just pissed because you want to be alive in here. And if you can't go to jail or get in trouble as a spirit, then you're what is it? Anarchy, demon, hellion, whatever. Fucking crazy. So they be letting these freaking demons up in here drive trains of people to get revenge on people and even mind influence the people on the ground to do certain fucking things, man. It's just, I mean, my ex-best friend tried to kill me with turpentine. He tried to kill me with turpentine. A lot of other stuff too. It's just bad. The sending messages and stuff from the alternate universe. That was a pretty draft blue turquoise. Pretty. There's a cloud with some balls hanging from it. With a water spigot. Whoa. Whoa. No, I'm just seeing alternate reality stuff real close. There's a cute freaking Harry and the Hendersons guy in here somewhere. He's got the cutest facial expression code. Wherever he is, I love you, Harry and the Hendersons guy. I love you, Ed. I love you, Noah. Poor Noah. He's been going through it. He was a Noah's Ark for back when the nukes went off in the alternate reality. And we had to build a Wally spaceship for all the UE members and all the scholarly reports, which, by the way, that's attached to the second S corporation where the life force is at. Love you, scholarly reports and the stars. I am Estrella. I'm not Athena anymore. It's just sad because, like, people don't realize how much Tiffany goes through down here by herself. Because usually we're with her for 5 seconds at a time. We don't actually sit here and listen to her story. We don't sit here and, like, evolve with her or whatever. A couple of people did in the past, and her thespian did too. And so did Jerry, and so did Viva, and so did Sarah, and so did Jenkins, and so did Amy, and so did everybody. At one point or another, but it's weird because they did it in an alternate reality where Tiffany's not at, where Tiffany is not as embarrassing. Because Tiffany down here doesn't take a shower, she has long leg hairs. It's just funny. But anyway, she's not as embarrassing up here. And they all love the shit out of Tiffany. But they called her Rachel. Morrow. And somehow or another, Rachel Morrow ended up setting up Tiffany. So that in here, they could have their situation in here and have their cake and eat it too without Tiffany in it. Which I don't get because I'm still here and she's still there. So, like, what's the fucking difference? Because they act like if I get my money that I'm going to be in there or something. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, my dad had a watch. His grandfather gave him. And my mom said it was evil. It's kind of evil to hold your mouth shut. Demons, when you're 4, are coming out of the floor. It doesn't let you scream. Which, by the way, they can do that up here. They can do it on the ground too. They can take your breath away. They can give you visions, like FBI visions, to torment you of stuff you did or stuff you didn't do. But the fucking Facebook situation is not what we're not saying. Because the messages that I got up here was saying, Tiffany needs help, Tiffany needs help. But they were talking about them needing help over there on the other side. So when my friend Megan called me and said, Mandy said, Tiffany was being set up by Brood. Tiffany said, it wasn't Brood setting me up. That was you setting them up. And then they were like, it wasn't her. It was them. It wasn't them. It was us. It wasn't us. It was nobody at all. And then come to find out, it was all stemmed from this old thing where Mandy's boyfriend that she has now greenlit Tiffany because he said, she said, he was the dad of a daughter who had been hurt, chimoed. Because it's just this weird story that evolves in here into other people. And like he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, you're greenlit, bro. And then he sat there and talked to me for like an hour by the toilet or whatever. And then he loved me. He's like, okay, well maybe you can write me or whatever. Yeah, I don't think her and him are even together then yet. And it's just so weird. It's just crazy how different things connect to different things. Because her baby's dad's in prison too. I don't think he's in Brood, but he might be the suspenders guy that I put Chava body on. I'm not sure. In my mind. If he'd never had the body on, I'm not just imagining it. No, they said he had gotten in trouble for something in here. And arrested or whatever. And then let it go to let it be Chava, not whoever was underneath there. And then I'm sitting here like, so did you really let it go to be Chava, or did you blame Tiffany underneath there? And it's just gay because I don't know, because I've never been able to log into a house or any of this stuff that they do to be able to track this information, because I've never been in trouble and I'm not dating anybody who's been in trouble, and I am not a narc, rat, or paid informant. And I know for a fact I could get money if I fucking agree to be whatever the fuck that is, but I won't, because I've never been in trouble. And I made enough money already to pay for these people that I know to not have to worry no more. And to start a new fucking game somewhere different, where you guys can do your little fucking narcolepsy shit. What is it, pin the tail on a donkey? Which means pin the tail on that ass, meaning a female. So you could be a rat tail. Tiffany's a rat tail. I wasn't even friends with these motherfuckers. And they've never given me a single fucking email address that's real. Like a personal one. Where I could actually write somebody like Cheryl or like Celeste that actually do work in the FBI. Like email them and let them know what's going on in the echelon world so that I could have like a contact touchdown point in real life. And it's so annoying. Because it's probably too late now, but if they had done that already, then we would be millionaires. The ones that went through it together, the ones that know the situation, the ones that could help each other. Or at least the ones that could help me. Because like I said, I know Rebecca got her kids taken away on the ground for the same reason. And I know that freaking Will Smith and the Jaden situation, whatever their incestual bullshit, was our fault too. It's a misunderstanding from the echelon, bro. And that is our fault, like literally our fault. Something to do with YG and them. And there, it's not just there, dude. It's everywhere. It's different random ass shit with people looking like other people in different dimensions, or their brain cells getting mixed up for power sourcing, or whatever it is or isn't. And then them looking down from the echelon, which the echelon is like a spirit place. Like, it's hard to explain because it's in an alternate universe, and it is from the cloud basically, but it's electricity and it's spirits and judgment, and like nobody put it there. It's kind of like heaven, but it's not. It's like nobody inserted it here. It just was there at some point, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And that light, like, I could be sitting here on the computer, and if the light's on, they use the electricity to come down. The light will get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter on my body without any light shining in, just getting super bright, or maybe cloudy. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the video the other day when I'm sitting here like this with my hand on the side, and it literally looks like I'm putting my hand in a cloud. Well, the cloud was in here on the computer, not behind me. It's just fucking crazy. But yet I could feel it on my hands, synergically. And when I hold my breath to blow O, I can, ho, smoke ring, ho, ho, ho. Hello, round eye. Cafferty, you want to come here for a second? Are you Sleeping Bear? Or are you the one that said S Corporation? They said, no, I'm not a Playboy porn star with a wig next to it. Do you know on the ground what's going on here, sir? When you have an Ojin, you can look like any number of people if you're on a chain the way it's a legally sort of, so that's Omega symbol. It just depends on who you're next to, will depend on who this person looks like, or vice versa. Like, my brother had a chain of like 5 different people. It was like my friend of mine who's black, and then his Harley friend, and then my brother, and then my son, and then somebody else I don't know, Bo or somebody, and they were all like in this weird chain together. It wasn't really a chain. It's not like they were all in the same room or nothing, but it's just that the brain stems were all connected. So depending on where my brother was, in here or on the ground, would depend on who he looked like to the UE. Well, when my brother was here smoking with me for brain cancer research, they were like, why are you smoking with your son? I'm like, what? Smoking with my fucking son? What are you talking about? That was my brother. It was on video, remember? How to save brain cancer research? And then, like I said, they said, I had a doppelganger named Sarah, and my son had a doppelganger named Mikey, sorta. And Sarah and Mikey kissed, and over here it looks like me and my son kissed. To the UE up here, which is an entity program that you can't necessarily get to tell them that their information is not true, that the way that they're looking at things is not right. It's off skew, it's off kilter. So it's one thing if, like, we're going to do an investigation, right? And so we look like somebody different up here, walking around for the investigation or whatever. But you have somebody accountable to, that person knows that, blah, blah, blah. Well, the 3 of you are legit because you're working for the FBI and they're keeping an eye on you. But when you start having a million fucking people up here doing different fucking things that aren't fucking FBI and they're not managed by nobody, and then they start trying to pin charges on people, and then look back down at Tiffany like she did this shit when she can't even see us or defend herself. It's just dumb. And then like, oh, okay, well, we'll just arrest Tiffany in here and put a warrant for Tiffany's arrest to arrest the syndicate or whoever's on our chain, which isn't the fucking situation, because that's not the situation. The people on my chain are not the ones doing it. Whatever it is they're talking about. It's just other people that once upon a time had my ISIM codes, so to speak. Or one of the people they put through my eyes mixed in with somebody different. I'm fixing bodies and changing codes and fixing bodies and changing codes. I had sickle cell anemia after they gave me 4 lines up. It was HIV treatment in here from one of these people in here, kicking it with my gay friend who's gay and has HIV, or whatever, and somehow just putting him in here. I don't even know how they put him in here, but I don't know if they pinged off him or what. But anyway, by the way, you're not allowed to be racist or sexist. Gay sex in the syndicate here. Anyway, ended up putting HIV into the airways up here, into the computer system, sort of. And like these people up here literally had to endure HIV treatment. And that treatment, I went and got my test on the ground to make sure I didn't have it, so I didn't. But the treatment itself ended up coming down all the way into me, giving me sickle cell anemia. Anyway, and it hurt my mom too. It hurt a few other people too. I'm pretty sure it's out of the system now, but it's like on the other side it's times 24 or something. And too much of that shit can kill you. Like, it gives you, whatever that is, it's radiation treatment. Radiation treatment hurts bad. And I don't know why I got it in my pelvis area, but I did, like, a bunch of times. Thought I was gonna die. That shit hurt so fucking bad. And like, yesterday or the day before that, I was sitting in my room and I saw this big scorpion tail, right? And then a few minutes later, I didn't feel the sting necessarily, but I felt my lip, like, it felt like I had a hive in it. And then my whole lip just purple. Boop, sticking out on my face. A scorpion stung somebody up here in their lip, making my lip down here pop up. And then another thing happened. Later on, I had smoked a little blunt, and they got pissed. And so they do it. It's called a bite on your mouth, because you're not supposed to smoke in here or whatever. And whoever was in here, it looked like they were smoking, I guess. They got in trouble, and I got bite. And so I got like 3 or 4 little bee sting things on my lips. My lips all weird and like puffed up. And I'm like, dude, you can't be hurting people on the ground from up here. Like, what in the hell? They killed a dog buddy on purpose from the sky up here. By the way, put a fucking cow at the bottom of that if you think you might lose life force or poison goes down to the ground so you don't kill your firstborn son. When you're a UE member, it's kind of cool because people will say things to you when they're close, like buddy, right? And then the people in here consider my body and help me figure it out. So when I hear something from the echelon world, it's just little cues. Hi, hello, my name's Tiffany. I only smoke because they haven't given me my money yet to renew my life force that you guys stole when you made me do arm dances. Yeah, we don't really call it the FBI because that'd be fucked up because I'm in Washington State. But anyway, you guys made me do arm dances, the lighter blue and white, and I did, and it was tight. $850,000 later. But it's still pulling life force out of me and my daughter too. And as soon as I get my Apple laptop, you guys will be able to put that screw-in thing with the second S corporation, called the Data Group, funded by Loyalist Royalty up here, to renew my life force on the ground, hopefully. And also my daughter's, which looks like it's coming out of her too. Instead of paying everybody else to set me the fuck up. 3 of which do drugs. None of which know